News 46. Local coverage you can count on.
Welcome to the Righteous Rock Show. I play the only rock, that's right. In this episode, we'll have videos from Bloodgood, White Cross, Third Nail Rising, and many more. So stay tuned for the only rock, that's right.
We're content to pitch our tent when the glory's evident. Seldom do we know the glory came and went. Moving can seem dangerous in this stranger's pilgrimage. Knowing that you can't stand still, you cross the bridge. There's a higher place to go beyond belief, beyond belief. When we reach the next plateau, beyond belief, beyond belief. And from faith to faith we grow towards the center of the flow, where he beckons us to go beyond belief, beyond belief. Whoa. Leap of faith without a net makes us want to hedge our bet. Waters never part until our feet get wet. There's a deeper place to go, where the road seems hard to hoe. He who has begun this work won't let it go, let it go. There's a higher place to go beyond belief, beyond belief. When we reach the next plateau, beyond belief, beyond belief. And from faith to faith we grow towards the center of the flow, where he beckons us to go beyond belief, beyond belief. And it takes so long to see the change, but we look around and it seems so strange. We have come so far, but the journey's long, and we once were weak, but now we're strong. There's a higher place to go, beyond belief, beyond belief. Where we reach the next plateau, beyond belief, beyond belief. And from faith to faith we grow towards the center of the flow, where he beckons us to go. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. There's a higher place to go, beyond belief, beyond. Yeah, 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 yeah. Beyond belief, beyond belief. Beyond belief, beyond belief.
Are you ready to rock and roll? Ladies and gentlemen, San Diego's own Christopher!
Hi, this is Bill Mention from Mention, the Seventh Power, Rev 7, Final Acts, Titanic, Redeemer, and anything else you can think of, and you're watching the Righteous Rock Show Nation, the only rock that's righteous.
Diner is truly the heart of Pahrump, where good people meet for good food. Owned and operated by the Chumley family, Mom Diane, Dad Larry, and son Brett. The food's so good you'll think they stole your mama. The setting is right out of the good old days. From a teapot collection, antique toy cars, a working telephone booth, to all kinds of handcrafted art. Open 7 days a week, 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. Dine in or take out. Try the Momstrosity Burger.
I stood alone so many times, had my back to the wall. Who was I to criticize when I was done?
Welcome back to the Righteous Rock Show. I play the only rock that's right. Take out your phone or any mobile device or log on to facebook.com/extremefaith7 and join the Righteous Rock Nation. We play the only rock that's right. Monday through Friday. We're also on MySpace, Twitter, and YouTube channel, Righteous Rock Show.
ask you guys a question now. Is there anybody here tonight who came to lift up the name of Jesus?
Because of Jesus. Oh, because of Jesus. Because of Jesus. Because of Jesus. Oh, don't understand His love, the love He has for me. I just know one simple thing: He died to set me free. Whoa, when I say I'm falling, I'll just go to Him. 'Cause Jesus is the only one who can take away my sin. Yeah, because of Jesus, I have peace of mind. Because of Jesus, I'm no longer blind. Because of Jesus, all things have passed away. Because of Jesus, you can start again today. There were times I thought He left me all alone. I have learned how much He loves me now. Now I know that I am like a jewel to Him, and He watches over me. And He is so concerned about me, He will never leave now. Because of Jesus, my old life is gone. Because of Jesus, instead of being weak, I'm strong. Because of Jesus, all things have been made new. Because of Jesus, I've come to know the truth. Because of Jesus, I have peace of mind. Because of Jesus, I'm no longer blind. Because of Jesus, all things have passed away. Because of Jesus, you can start again today. Because of Jesus, my old life is gone. Because of Jesus, instead of being weak, I'm strong. Because of Jesus, all things have been made new. Because of Jesus, I've come to know the truth. Praise your name. Thank you, Lord.
Ken Tamplin, join the Righteous Rock Nation, the only rock that's right.
This is Tom Saida speaking to you for the entire Saida Trudeau family. We all know our community and many of our residents have just come through a tough year. Pahrumph's a great place to live with great people who understand how important it is to help support each other so our community can go forward into the new year with prosperity and hope for job creation and growth. The Saida Trudeau dealership and its employees are thankful for the support we've received in the year past. With the superb high quality and growth of the American car industry and Chrysler's presentation of the finest American cars, Jeeps, minivans, and trucks, and our superb selection of low-priced pre-owned vehicles, we intend to prosper with our town through sales tax that stays here to provide for our schools and services our town needs. So come see us, have a cup of coffee, get to know us as we provide the very best in local service, parts, and a sales experience second to none. We're Saida Trudeau, Chrysler, Jeep, and Dodge, and Ram, your original hometown dealer. We want only to be the best.
I stood alone so many times, had my back to the wall. Who inside to criticize when I was done?
Hello again, Righteous Rock Nation. After this video from Third Nail Rising, we will have an interview that we did with this band down in Tampa Bay, Florida, August 2011. We appreciate them taking the time out to do this interview for us. Also, make sure that you check the website and the Facebook page for information on the Righteous Rock Revival, May 26th. It's going to be a 2-stage show with 4 to 8 bands coming from all over the nation. It's also going to be a free all-ages show. We hope to see you there. Tune back in next month for more of The Only Rock That's Right, as well as check out the links page on our website to see all the pages and ministries that we support and sponsor through prayer and promoting them on the show. This is a pro-life show, as well as we believe that if it's in the Bible, then it's what we're going to be promoting here on the Righteous Rock Nation and Show. Thanks again for your support. Good night and God bless.
We call this mouth damage. Give it up for Brian Morgan. Lord, forgive me for what I said. I didn't mean to say these things, but I guess that I did. Oh, I don't know what's wrong with me. What's wrong with me? I didn't mean it to say it that way. I didn't mean how to say it. I need to realize all the damage it did. I didn't mean how to say it. I need to realize all the damage it did. Our drummer, Marty Davis. Let's give it up for Marty. Sometimes I see things caught in my head. I'm not thinking of the hurt it causes, but instead, well, God didn't teach me that way. I don't know what's wrong with me. I didn't mean to say it that way. I didn't mean how to say it. I didn't realize all the damage it did. I didn't mean how to say it. I didn't realize all the damage it did.
Welcome to the Righteous Rock Show. I'm your host, TJ Rocker, where we play the only rock that's right. Today we're here with Third Nail Rising. And I know that you were in a band previous to this band. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I actually was. We did the Hardcore '94 tour. Went well. We did toured with Crash Dog and the Clergy, and I played lead guitar. And went out to Nashville, and we did the hard rock tour, and it lasted about 3 months. Actually, it was pretty cool. Good times.
Right on, right on. And how'd you guys? How'd these other guys come to form Third Nail Rising?
Well, after I left Jesus Freaks, I went back home, and then I moved out to Florida, and then I actually formed a couple of other bands like Praise and Worship, and then I changed, just had an idea of, a band called Third Nail Rising. And Brian was a friend that was next door, to a friend, and we started playing, and then I met Marty through a girl at work, and so we just kind of got together and had some ideas, and we just prayed together and worked together, and it was kind of neat because it's just different styles. I come from a rock, hardcore background, and Marty came from, playing in church and stuff, and Brian, played more like, jazz or stuff like that, so it's got a great mix, really cool mix.
Cool. And what would be like the sound of this album?
We hear Chevelle, we hear
Breaking Benjamin,
Yeah.
Godsmack, so.
Cool.
What do you think?
Heavy, good musicianship, just,
It's really hard to say because our influences are across the board. Because they know the Megadeth and all kinds of different bands, and then I know like a lot of different funk and things of today that I listen to. So we come from all different backgrounds.
So it makes a really, really nice mix,
Excellent. Where are you guys going from here? Where's your next stop? Are you guys going to go play a show?
Yeah, we're actually playing with Circle to Circle next week with John Olivia and Zach Stevens. They're from Trans-Siberian Orchestra and Sabotage. So we're playing at the State Theater next week, and we're excited about it.
Yeah, the State Theater seems to be the place out here in Tampa. We were down there last night, and it was like unbelievable. It was like there was nothing else going on in the whole entire city. And then you get to that one street, and it's like there's a mass of people and everything. It's like, wow,
Yeah, it's pretty cool. We have a lot of fun, but right now, we did this live album, and then that's the one we're promoting today, and then we're actually in the studio with Sean Evans. He's done Breaking Benjamin and Seven Dust and Britney Spears and all kinds of people. And we're actually he's producing our next record, and we're looking at around the 1st of next year to have this done, and
Cool.
It'll pretty much go mainstream. So we're excited.
Oh, definitely. Now, the Tate Music Group, that's who this is under.
Right.
Now, is that the same Tate from DC Talk?
No.
Okay.
A lot of people say that.
Yeah, the name is like. It's like that's only Tate in the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like
We'd be really cool, but no, we can't. No.
Tate Music Group is actually based out of Oklahoma City, and they're actually known for their publishing of books. They started getting into the music, and they have a really big thing on the country side. Actually, they just signed Roy Clark, Lee Greenwood, Kenny Rogers. And then now we're going. He's a big Kenny Rogers fan, but we're on the rock side. So we're actually really, really doing well, and we're excited to be with them, and we're excited and doing well. They're a really great support system for us.
Cool. Well, I appreciate you taking your time out to do this interview for the Righteous Rock Show, and of course, join the Righteous Rock Nation, everyone out there, and support these bands. Subscribe to Heaven's Metal Magazine, go to these different labels and back these artists, because if not, we're going to get, you mentioned one person, we're going to get, the Britney Spears, the Justin Bieber, the Lady Gaga, and then those are fine. They're fine in what they do, but at the same time, it's not what, what motivates me, what I mean? When I put on an old 80s album or a 90s album of like a Holy Soldier or something, holy, holy, holy. And I mean, that's what really gets me like, I want to go out now, I want to, testify, about what God's doing. So
yeah, and that's the cool thing about us is that, we're not going to, we're going to continue to keep on our ministry. We're going to, and we like to call this band a ministry. And, it's not just entertainment. And, we have been playing the secular scene for quite a while. And we've been accepted into the secular scene, and it's really neat because a lot of the people will come up to us at the shows and go, how do I get back into church? What do I need to do? And it's just so blessed, that God has been able to use us and use our talents for Him, and it's just awesome. And we're not, it's not about us; it's about God, and we have kept that our main focus. And so we're going to give, Christian music is not secondary to secular music, and we plan to be front runners. And we're just having a great time spreading God's word, and you know.
Yeah, that's definitely. I've heard that from one of the groundbreakers. That it's the message first before the entertainment. Yep. From Petra said it many times. Those guys are, you know, not only really strong brothers in the Lord, but they're really good musicians too. Most people don't recognize, you know, but you know, Bob Hartman is just a gnarly guitar player.
I was there for their 1980 World Tour kickoff.
Yeah.
So.
And you know, John Lowry on keyboards is just like a mad scientist. You know, he was the first one to really start that whole digital dubbing and mixing and sampling. Yeah, where rap, you know, all came from. You know, they all got those boards and started putting all the Queen songs, you know, behind stuff. And so it's cool, man, to hear that. And that's what the Righteous Rock Nation and show is. It's God first all the way. Yeah, it's leading people to the Lord, lifting Him up. Not about me. You know, I understand I have to be a host. You know, also want to be a show. But if I could even take myself out of being a host, I would, because it's less about me and more about the Lord.
Yeah, somebody asked me one time, he's like, well, why do you do this? And we just got off stage, and there was a guy that, you know, when we were playing, he just, and actually we were playing in a secular club, and he had a beer in his hand, and I think we were, I can't remember what song it was, but it just nailed him, and he just kind of started lifting up his hands, and he wasn't looking at us, he wasn't looking at anybody, he was totally going, God forgive me, and I looked at my buddy and I was like, that's why we do it right there.
Awesome.
And if we are just to do all this to reach one person, we're fine. We'll walk away right now, and that's what it's about for us. And we really, you know, try to keep it, you know, with the bands, a good, you know, presentation with the bands, and a relationship to let them know it's like, you know, we're not just, you know, preaching to the community, it's also within the bands itself. And so we really try to, you know, just work with the other bands and just share our ministry and work with each other instead of competition, and it's been really cool.
Definitely, yeah. I think God's really bringing. It's almost like it's a grassroots thing now, like it was back in the '80s, where bands are being called by the Lord to go into the dark places. You know, to go play at the venues where not a lot of Christian bands will play.
Yeah.
You know, it's not your
theater.
It's not your CCM audience.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But at the same time, you know, how much brighter is the light when it's shining in the darkness?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, we actually played the Battle of the Bands several years ago, and we actually there was a satanic band that was like, I guess they were second place, and we actually got up on stage and they were heckling us, and they were really giving us a hard time. And we have a song called Fear, and it actually has a prayer, and it's a rebuking of the devil in the middle of the song. And I actually looked at that guy and I sang it right to that guy. And it was really cool that we ended up winning. But, you know, it was just neat because we continue to have the good attitude, and people don't understand why we can go into a club or a hardcore club or, you know, the dark places and go, well, you guys have fun and you're not drinking, you're not doing drugs. And what is it?
Yeah.
And they want to sit around there, they can't figure it out. And it's just like, you know, he has Marty and then Brian when they came in. We have such different styles, and I was kind of scratching my head, going, "What kind of sound are we going to have?" And then we're at the point now to where we can pretty much just start playing and not even say anything, and we'll just come up with it, you know, and it's just really cool stuff. And but it's just neat, you know, how God has blessed us. So we have, you know, prayer before we play. We have prayer before, you know, we do everything, and before we do shows. And that's been kind of the thing recently is when we play these shows that are secular, we'll be up on stage. Like the last time we just played our CD release party, we turned around and we actually turned around and got into the drum microphone, and we'll start playing, and you'll just hear a pin drop, and it's just awesome. And people know where we stand, and we're bold about it. You know, but we're not in their face. We're not, you know, because this album is about how God changed us and what God did with us, and it's not about, you know, we're pointing the finger. When you point the finger, people get offended. Yeah. But they can't when, and I think that's why we've been accepted.
Always in love. When you approach somebody in love, it's awesome, man. The Lord just opens the doors, and it's like, you know, especially when you share a testimony like for me, for example, you know, I wasn't raised in the church, you know, so I went through the whole miry pit, you know, of everything. So, and last night I was telling Paul Cupek from One Bad Pig, by the way, thanks Paul for the shirt. He told me, he said, he said, you know, when you go in there, you know, and you let somebody know, hey, you know, I've been there. And last night, you know, at the local 662 downtown, it was amazing because I was like, wow, Lord, you know, so I'm so thankful for your grace that you pulled me out of this. Yeah. You know, because there was a whole bunch of people drinking, and I mean, there was some interesting characters there, to say the least. I mean, some dude came up to me and lifted his shirt and said, yeah, I have a cross too, and unfortunately his was the wrong side up, you know.
Right.
And I was like...
We did our CD release party there, so we understand.
Yeah, and I was like, hey man, you know, and they were you know, it was the enemy trying to bait me in, but you know, when you're prayed up, like you said, you know, you pray and you have that armor of God on, that, you know, that it's going to happen, and that's how also you know that you're really doing the Lord's will is you're going to get those attacks.
Yeah,
you know?
And the thing that about, like, I wanted to say about this album, we've really hit points that a lot of people aren't going to sing about. We've hit, you know, fear, which actually it's not about our fear, it's about the devil's fear and what he fears in Christ. And that's what that song is about. We deal with taking a stand. We you know, deal with, like, you know, there's a song called Mouth Damage. We actually have a video out, and it's basically watching what you say to people, you know, because you don't know. I mean, we're set to a higher standard, and sometimes, you know, everybody struggles with that. I know I do, and that's why I wrote the song.
Yeah,
so,
definitely.
You know, but the whole message for the whole band is basically using the simplistic things that God has taught us in the Bible and using it, but just blessing people with music. And it's just been so welcomed, and it's just incredible.
Yeah.
So
totally. Yeah, I'm interested to hear that song because me and Paul were just talking about that this morning. How that old adage goes: "Sticks and stones break my bones. Words that can't hurt me." Words are so damaging, and you can either speak life or death into somebody's life by what you say.
Right.
And I think that, you know, when you're mindful of that, you know, it's awesome because you can just love that person, you know, and it just it's awesome. But I appreciate, again, thanks for taking the time out, John, and the jazz and the quiet beetle over here to the jazz man and the quiet beetle. That was his nickname, by the way. But yeah, I appreciate it.
No problem, dude. Thank you so much, man.
Thanks.
Cut. All right. What you need to do is you need to edit and do just.
I know.
Gives him the force of
to pitch our tent when the glory's evident. Seldom do we know the glory came and went. Moving can seem dangerous in this stranger's pilgrimage. Knowing that you can't stand still, you cross the bridge. There's a higher place to go beyond belief, beyond belief. When we reach the next plateau, I stood